Well, hello internet peeps. Today I want to take up Gary's 10 car favourite colour challenge that I saw on Joe's channel. And the cars you see in front of you, which I'll just pan across with. So you can see them if you wanted to. Are there any there that particularly interest you? Because they're not going to be the ones I talk about. Some very interesting ones there, especially the Crane, the Malibu, the El Camino there, there's the 510, there's all sorts in there, the little Tomica little truck. But we won't talk about that. Just let you have a look at that one because that was particularly interesting. That was cool. Anyway, on with the... Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do first. These are quite interesting. I bought these cheap as chips as some cars trying to escape. Oh. I bought these very cheaply. I think they were about £1 each, believe it or not. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that absolutely? Just push the sort of like spoiler at the back. Isn't that barking? Just takes a couple of AA batteries. Not really my thing, but it is Hot Wheels, and it is fun, as what's the name says from Race. What's the name? Still Hot Wheels and still fun. But there's also another one as well. So for £2, I got two. I did buy other cars as well. That one going to work, or is it already on? Oh yeah, it's having a bit of a moment, I think. On the back, it just says Hot Wheels in green. It's a shame these don't light up. Perhaps they were meant to at the beginning. The engine rocks. I'll show you that so you can see it though. I'm sure somebody that watching this will like that. It's alright, it's alright. Let's turn it off. So there you go, a bit of fun before we go into the 10. The 10 are... We'll start off with, oh, this one is an absolute killer. This is I know it's an Apache. Let's get it right. A Chevy Apache 1/24 by Motormax. I think George has got this one as well. Now this is my favourite truck of all time, and it is a bit dusty, so I must apologise for that. I have got larger scales, although I don't show them. This one is particularly interesting me because of the opening parts. I'm in a slightly different place because of showing all these cars today, but we'll get through. So you've got the engine detail in there, white wall tyres, which I actually might turn round. I've not thought of that, but I don't go for white wall tyres, so I'll turn those round when I think of. And the doors open as well. And it's pretty dusty in there, but you've got the bench seat, and how on earth you've managed to sit between that steering wheel and the bench? I don't know what they think about when they do that. Look at that. You'd have to have legs as thin. Well, you couldn't get in there. The gear stick would have some trouble as well. So there you go. That's I haven't mentioned that before, but there's an amazing example of it where they're just thinking, yeah, you went to a lot of detail, but blimey, who's going to get under that steering wheel? Perhaps the seat lowers. Anyway, amazing quality. It's actually got something on the number plate there, perhaps you can read it. Lovely detail. It says Chevrolet on the back. You've got the slats and the wood in the back there as well. Everything's intact, even the fragile wing mirror, which is amazing because I've had this quite a while. We'll leave that one there so you can look at it. Amazing. This one is one of my favourite cars of all time, the Lamborghini Miura, and this one is unusual because although they made a lot of orange ones, there isn't a lot of orange ones of this scale, and believe it or not, this is a King Smart one as well. It did have a pullback in it, and I've removed it. but the wheels are pretty good, and the doors, I like it. I like how the doors have been done. Very nice. Some good detail inside. Louvers on the back. I like that, especially on the Mustang. I just had a Mustang with that on the back. I like that feature. You've got the sort of like they've attempted to, well, not really. The eyelash detail isn't there on the over the lights like it should be. There's meant to be like little metal bars just above the lights there. They look like eyelashes on the car. But I like that one. I like that one. The details there, front and back. I haven't looked at that one for a while myself, so there you go, there's that one. This is another absolutely amazing car, and I've had it for a long time. It's a 1/24 Burago, another Lamborghini, but this is the Countach, which apparently was awful. I've had this for an awful long time as well. This is hard to get now in this scale and this colour. Has got the directional wheels on the front. Has got the opening doors. You can see how dusty it is inside there. I like them. The opening hood detail there for the engine. Spoiler on the back. Spoiler's plastic, which is understandable. You've got the detail at the back there. Mo 983. Got the badge, Countach, and the brake lights. Bet the visibility out the back one of these is absolutely rubbish. Authentic wheels. That's the remarkable shape, and this shows how well I keep things. It's a little dusty, but because I don't keep things in the boxes, but that shows you can keep them well even though you don't keep them in boxes. Okay, there's the Countach. So that's 3. The fourth one is a highly interesting one. It has got a technical name and isn't theoretically a road car. This car has 10 wheels, believe it or not, or theoretically 11 when you count this one in the middle here. Yeah, count them up, 6 at the back, 4 at the front, 1 in the middle. And the one in the middle is what the car's all about. As you notice on the side, it says Michelin. Citroën made this car for Michelin. Look how wide it is. I think it was about 9 or 10 foot wide. You'd have a job getting it on the road. It had 2 engines in the back. I don't know if you can see that in there, but they are actually in there. You can see them, and it has got an open gap here. There was 2 engines in the back. One was to drive it, and the other one was to operate the 11th wheel. Now, the purpose of this car for Michelin is still very fragile parts on it. The wing mirrors as well, was to test lorry wheels for their lorries, because they made tyres for everything. I know this isn't a lorry, but it tested lorry wheels, and they could test them at any angle, so this wheel underneath could be moved to any pitch or degree. It was very interesting. Look at that, you've got the dual exhausts there underneath as well. I have been after one of these for years. And this one I found it at a good price. I wait and wait and wait, and vehicles with unusual numbers of wheels interest me, and it's also orange, so that one is a killer. This car weighed 14 tons. Now 14 tons seems a lot but when you can think of it's going to test lorry tyres, what they did to get it to 14 tons, they added lead to the actual car to get the weight up, which is again amazing. I hope you like that car, because I've not many people have heard of it, and I've never seen it shown anywhere. Perhaps it has, but I don't think so. That one is amazing. Okay, so we've got 6 more left. I have, in fact I just bought one. Have been trying to chase all the original minis, the ones where the bases come from off the shelves from Hotwheels, and I've got a fair few, so that'll be a video in the future. But this one is by a company called Tiny. It's got plastic wheels and a plastic base, but look at the decals on it and details, it is phenomenal. One of my favourite minis. I have got a higher scale one where even the boot opens, and that's very unusual. I'll show that if anybody wants to see it. But this one is cool because the bonnet opens, which is, you've got the engine detail in there. Perhaps I need to paint that up. It is held together by screws, so it wouldn't be difficult. It just adds something to it when you highlight the engine bits and bobs. Makes all the difference. This car is just right. There's nothing you change about it. They have gone to the nth degree to get all the details on there. And it says Mini on the back and the front. It's actually got the tape over the headlights, show it's a rally car, in case you break the glass, so it holds it in. I didn't realise I knew that, but there you go, there's an amazing fact. But most people probably know it. It actually says, what does it say? Heritage Auto Racing over the top of the windscreen. Now I've got my fingers in the way and trying to do too much at once. I have shown this before, but it was on a much lower definition camera, so I'm sure more of you will be interested in it now you've seen it in greater detail, because I've loved it for a long time. I've not seen it anywhere else and nobody's asked me about it, so there we are. By a company called Tiny. They don't do an awful lot. They do a lot of minis. I think it's a Chinese company, but it might be Japanese, I'm not sure. Has got suspension. Right, this one is a very recent acquisition, and my thanks go out to Mark for this. Mark's got a very bad back like me, so I'm very grateful that he sold me these. Now this is will be of interest to Marky, not just Marky. This is a Zymex. It has a metal base and a metal body, plastic wheels. I have cleaned this up a little bit, but I love this. I absolutely love it. I love the fact it's got Chevrolet on the bow tie on the side, and although it's still a little fragile, the back door opens. Now they're always ripped off, which is understandable when it's only got one little pivot down here, but it's still there. I thought I'd never own one of these, and I got this at more than the fair price. There's one more for sale on eBay, and they're selling it for £20, which I think is ridiculous, but there we go. If I was to have this to sell this, which I wouldn't ask £20 for it. And this one's in the better condition than the one they've got, because it's got no back door. What people are thinking about, I don't know. It's a nice model, and I like it, but it wouldn't appeal to everybody. And I'm in two minds whether to change the wheels. It would be a bit, it's not really the right thing to do, but I don't know. I'll give it some thought. I don't really want to destroy the originality of it, because it is in really good condition, considering how old it is and how delicate it is. But that one I love. I'm so happy to have that car. Amazing. This one will be of interest to most of you, because this is an RLC car, and this isn't just orange, but it's Spectra Flame orange. These are plastic Blackwall, well, not Blackwall, but red line tyres. Look at that. Look at that paint job. It is just to die for, that paint job. As you can see, it's mint. I keep this one in one of those little plastic boxes. I do like to take them out now and again, but you've got to be careful with this paint. It is like a mirror surface, so you've got to be ultra careful. That is a lovely colour. Stunning. And another one, the same as that. I think I have shown it on the channel before, but everybody will love this one as well. A VW van. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. obviously all these open as well, so there you go. Got the opening parts, all metal. Says Goodyear on the outside of both tyres, but you can read it quite easily on the larger one. I don't really go for this larger tyre. I like both of them to be in between really, but you can't complain. That is just awesome. So lucky to have that. That's a rare monster. That is a rare monster. What a pretty thing. Right, just two more left. And this is another passion of mine, Chevy Silverado. And there will be a forthcoming video on these. I was lucky enough to buy quite a few at a fair price to do some base swaps, because this isn't a standard Hot Wheels. This is a mainline one with a premium base. So there you go, I've done a base swap on that one. And I like orange and I like the Silverados. I don't really like the feature in there, but it's acceptable. I'd rather it be a solid base. I suppose they did that to save money and to get the wheels in on some of them, but I don't know. I don't think there's any necessity to do these huge wheel sort of like housings here either. They could have done that better, but hey ho, it is what it is. I still love it. Lovely grills on them. I think I polished this one as well. This was polished at the front. I've recently done the graffiti one that's sort of like a brown colour, so that one's been done. There's the darker blue one, I've done that one. There's I think there's 4 or 5 I've done. One of my favourite castings. But the Fram with the orange, I love orange. I wasn't too mind today how to do it, whether to show you interesting cars or whether to show you cars I liked. You're a bit on the fence, but I went for a bit of a mixture of the both. And this one will be very interesting to most of you. This is a Lamborghini Miura, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's it. 143. I think it's this made by... Oh, hang on, it does say now. I think it might be an Atlas one, but it's that type of car. It's held together by screws. But I saw this and I thought, wow. Another cracking Lamborghini. They did make some amazing cars. There's lovely lens detail there, the front. This is plastic at the bottom with real riders. Metal shell, lovely colour orange. I don't often get this down to look at it, but look at those wheels. They're obviously correct. Some nice detail inside. Not quite sure what that is on the windscreen there. Some sort of feature for that car, obviously. No idea. You don't see this for sale very often. Not sure if I got this one from France. It was a while ago. That is a lovely car. Black always looks good against orange and yellow, but particularly orange. There's something about black and orange. Black & Decker use the colours in this country, and so do B&Q. Okay, some very interesting cars there, I hope you'll agree. I'm a bit cream crackered now. I should go out and do some shopping, but we'll see. I'll have to have a rest first. If you want to ask me about any of the cars in the background, by all means do so. I have recently found another one of these Galaxy racing cars, which I'm absolutely amazed at as well. I was lucky to find one, but now I've found another. So that's and this is an RLC car up here. The 510, you can see with 73 on the door, that does opening doors. This one I will show you this one, because this one is very interesting. Just check what I think it is. Yeah, it's a Tomica this. This is a 1-43, I think it says. But it's a Beetle. It's Tomica, very unusual scale, very unusual Beetle. As you can see, it's mint. But what is quite unusual is the the well, not the hood, but not the bonnet really, because there's no engine in there, but it's got a spare wheel in there, and it opens quite fantastically. Unfortunately, the engine cover doesn't open, and there's very few VWs that are made where it does. But apart from that Matchbox that I was so lucky to find the other day, so I was absolutely enamoured when I found that. This has got light detail at the back, proper lenses here, they're not painted on there, the proper deal. You've got the registration plate in the actual casting, plastic bumpers, real riders. You've got some inserted plastic headlights there. This is a metal base, the real deal. This wasn't cheap if I remember, but I've had it a while. And some nice details inside, doors open on both sides. Well, I've opened one. Some nice wheels, not the best. I think they could have done better with the wheels, but what's not to like? It's all metal, real riders, orange, Tomica, very unusual scale Tomica, very unusual. As you can see in the background as well, I've opened my set of the sort of like cartoon female heroes, so I've got the full set of those open now as well. That's why they're in the background. Lots of other new things, but we'll save them for another video when I've got more time. Take care. Bye bye.